Northern region of the African continent now. The South African government joins the rest of the world in observing World Radio Day under the theme Radio and Peace. Every year, the 13th of February is especially set aside to raise awareness of the importance of radio. Speaking on the importance of the day, the minister in the presidency, Mondi Gugembele, said radio in particular is still one of the most accessible mediums in the country. During the dark days of apartheid South Africa, radio was used as a revolutionary tool to keep the people informed of the struggle being waged against the crimes against humanity. Meanwhile, a 25-year-old civil engineer turned radio presenter, Natasha Mutakiwa, says she was introduced to radio by a friend in 2016. And since then, she has found love behind the mic at Link FM, a Christian radio station in East London, South Africa. And she joins us tonight on NT Continental Prime to talk about her passion for radio. Thank you very much for joining me, Natasha. One welcome to you.
Thank you so much for having me, Benga. How are you?
Very well. Now, Natasha, in this day and era where there's so many platforms to broadcast news, what do you think has been the role of radio in this transformative era?
Thank you for the question. I think radio still plays a very vital role in today in terms of media, because you look at radio initially started in 1906. And it has managed to still, be very powerful, because, you can be anywhere in the world and still have access to radio. Right now, we have your live streaming that is going on. And also, one thing that I really love about radio is that you get to have some sort of companionship with the listener, someone that you have never seen, or someone who has never seen you, someone who doesn't even know your face. But you get to have this connection with that person, and they just get to feel like they know you. I'm sure you have had moments where you are listening to radio, whether you're driving to work and you're just smiling or laughing along to a radio station. So that's how powerful radio has become.
Now, talking about those connections, I used to work on radio to myself. I spent 5 years as a radio presenter before I made a transition to television. So your experience as a radio presenter, how has radio been able to, connect people at the same time, growing communities, and also giving information? Do you still see radio as a relevant tool for information disseminating, going by the proliferation of social media and other broadcast options available?
Yes, definitely. I feel like radio is still very powerful, because you find out that there are people who like here in South Africa, we have people who are in your disadvantaged areas, right? They still have access to radio. They can still listen to radio. And with radio, apart from live streaming, I think I mentioned earlier on, here in South Africa, we're facing a lot of load shedding, but you can still have access to radio on your phone. So that's how powerful radio has become. And also, I love how radio right now, I think today in South Africa, we were celebrating radio mostly about peace. It's that medium that, when you get to listen to it when you're having a very busy day or a hectic day, it still just gives you some sort of peace. So I still feel like radio still has, it's still that powerful, it's still very significant in the world of media, where you find out now there's YouTube, there's TV and all that, but still radio is still very powerful,
Now, Natasha, you work for Link FM, a faith-based radio station which preaches peace. And this year's Radio Day, the theme, coincidentally, is a radio and peace. We've seen some of the great things radio can do, like I mentioned when I started the anti-apartheid struggle. It was very instrumental. So in what ways can radio be used as a tool to promote peace?
I think radio is still actually doing that. It's already doing that by the way that I think in most of the shows, if you listen to radio, we are more of like trying to make the listener feel at peace or at home. So also you find out that most of these shows that you also listen to, or we have on our radio stations, also they are very informative in the sense that they're not just, it's not just all about your serious news and all that. It actually, it's a medium of announcing news out there, not just to do with let's say your politics and all that, but everything. That's one thing I think I love about radio, is that ever since I started working in radio, I probably have education about medicine stuff. I've got education about accounting stuff. That's how powerful radio is that you get to, interview different people, and different people get to come on radio, and you get to share so much with people. So I think that's just how powerful radio is.
Now, finally, Natasha, just to put you on the spot as we celebrate World Radio Day, I know you're on television right now, but I would like to have you sign off like you typically do on radio, as I say bye-bye.
All right, I'm not used to being on TV, but okay, I will try. All right. Good evening, Africa. Welcome to News Central TV, Africa First, the only channel, African channel, that tells stories like no other. My name is Natasha, better known as Nat. I am based in East London, South Africa, and I do work for Link FM. And today we are celebrating World Radio Day, whereby we get to raise awareness, public awareness about the importance of radio. And please do not forget to follow News Central TV on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to follow and like them on YouTube at News Central TV.
Bravo. Thank you very much, Natasha. I'm sure my management is thinking of starting a new Central radio. We'll invite you for the opening. Thank you very much, Natasha.
Thank you so much for having me, Benga.
Yeah.